Joe Zikas from YoChicago. We're driving south on Wells Street in the River North neighborhood, and the view you just saw was the skyline of North Michigan Avenue with the Hancock building centering it. We're passing the Moody Bible Institute, which occupies a fairly substantial piece of ground between Wells and LaSalle, just north of Chicago Avenue, which we're approaching. The purpose of this drive is to give you a little bit of a taste of River North. It's an extremely varied neighborhood, ranging from funky rooming houses to quasi-Gold Coast high-rises to an enormous amount of new high-rise and loft development to some gaudy tourist attraction restaurants. A lot of non-Chicagoans or suburbanites will know River North best for those restaurants, which include the Rainforest Cafe, the Hard Rock Cafe, the former Rock and Roll McDonald's, Gino's East, which we're passing as we speak. River North's architecture, as you'll see, is a wild and eclectic mix. The sign we're looking at is pretty humorous to me, at least. It talks about the legendary Stefani's Hangout. I don't know when that became legendary, and I don't know if it is legendary to anyone but Stefani's publicist. Stefani's is not, as you might guess, a long-term River North fixture. We've now turned west onto Grand Avenue, looking at a liquor warehousing outlet and retail outlet there, I believe, also. And we're just now turning north along Franklin, underneath the L. The brown line and I believe the purple line run along at this point. We're south of Chicago Avenue. You can see that lots of River North still consists of parking lots. Loft buildings of varying intensity of usage. There's still a fairly active gallery scene in River North along some of the streets further east. But it's not what the gallery publicists would have you believe. Some people say that River North is as dense in restaurants as any other area in Chicago. I'm not sure that would prove out if you did a count. Certainly there are a lot of them. Turning west again, I believe this is Huron at this point. You're looking south towards the Loop. The Sears Tower that you just saw as we passed the street. Again, the variety of buildings is pretty impressive, and the grit of it. It's a very gritty urban scene. There's not much that's smooth or polished about River North. Not much that's going to fit into any neat category. Coming into an area that's dense with new condominium development, new high-rises, multi-million-dollar luxury single-family homes that we're passing now, and that we're going to see a little bit more of when we turn west, as we're about to, onto Superior Street. That's an old Montgomery Ward's office tower that you just saw in the foreground. These homes are in the 4 to probably 8,000 square foot range. And many of them are probably in the $4 to $8 million price range. The river would be a block west. It's another Montgomery Ward's tower with, I believe, a winged Victory up on top. Some Greek goddess. Crossing Chicago Avenue, and we're turning east on Chicago Avenue. Over to your left, you're looking at the Cabrini Row Houses, and you'll see shortly some of the remnants of the Cabrini Green mid-rise buildings, which are now being emptied out as part of the CHA's plan for transformation. If you're connecting the dots, you've noticed that you've gone within the span of one block from homes in the $8 million price range to some of the most fearsome slums in the city of Chicago. These are the Cabrini Row Houses. The area was once populated with Italians to the extent that it was known as Little Sicily, but that was a long time ago. It's been almost 100% African American for 40 years now. It's a place, as we drive through it, it's the middle of the day. You're not going to see much activity. But if you visit here repeatedly, you can't help but notice the scale of gang activity. The fact that most of the children here don't seem to be attending school. You'll see furniture, mattresses, household goods thrown out on the street as a result of sheriff's evictions, because these homes are systematically being emptied out. And just in the background there, the skyline of the Gold Coast and Michigan Avenue. We've just turned on to Cambridge Avenue, still within the Cabrini Row Houses. I've walked through pieces of this area. It's not an activity I'd recommend for anyone who isn't comfortable walking where there might be danger. You can see board ups. A board up doesn't mean necessarily that the property's vacant. There may very well be squatters living in there. It may be used for other purposes. And we're nearing the end of our drive. Hope I've given you a little bit of a flavor of the western part of River North. And bear with me, this has been a test of my new car window mount for my video camera.